What's good YouTube, Rogers here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video. I wanted to start this video with both a question and a confession. How many of you that may watch this video didn't play Warzone 1? If I could see your hands, I bet a lot of them wouldn't be up in the air right now. My confession is that I played almost zero of the first Warzone way back when it was just for Dansk. So my opinions in this video are solely based on my experience using the guns in Modern Warfare 2, and I thought it would be interesting in hearing on an outside perspective from someone who hasn't really touched the first Warzone. So in today's video, I'll be giving you my thoughts and feelings on what I think we will see in Warzone 2.0, but also what I'll probably be using. So without further ado, let's get into it. I firstly want to start with snipers. Here's my attachment for you on the screen now. I will be taking in what I think is the best sniper in the game right now, and that is the ALOT 330. In my opinion, this sniper is the most consistent damage dealing sniper over a multiple of ranges. With it being a one-shot body shot, no armor of course. If you catch anyone in the middle of plating up or just running away from another team during the match and you can hit your shots, you're guaranteed a consistent down with this gun. Of course, during Warzone, snipers aren't going to be a one-shot headshot, but with you dealing that kind of damage at range, it's a go-to in my opinion. Also, looking at the map, you have a lot of wide open space, and even in towns and small villages within the map, you have long lanes of fire that will fall into the lap of these snipers. In the comments below, let me know what your favourite is and what you think will be good, or better, or as good as this weapon. So I'm just going to let obviously this play out, and you can see what makes these guns so good. And then we'll move on to the next gun that I think we will see a lot of in Warzone 2.0. Next up we have what I think will pair very nicely with a sniper rifle, and to be honest are the all-round gods of the current game, is of course the assault rifle class. In my opinion, there's not an AR that's in the game right now that is actually bad, apart from maybe the M16, because it really does suck. But with the damage range the way it is in Modern Warfare 2, plus the TTK, and let's not forget the recoil pattern, it's hard not to consider taking in an AR over an SMG. And in my opinion, I think we won't see a lot of SMGs being used as much, bar maybe a few, but we will touch on that later in the video. My choice was of 3 different weapons: the TAC-56, the Kastov 543, or this, as you can see in the video, the Kastov 74U, or the AK-74U. I think it will be a good balance between both speed, ADS speed, but also damage range to see you through a majority of encounters, and paired with a sniper rifle, it's a great pairing. The TAC-56 maybe will be a little too rangy, maybe if you have a sniper, but I think it will also be a very good backup weapon. But I think if you are using a sniper rifle, you do or you will need something that is a little bit more quicker in combat, for you to zip around sort of the more close quarters, but also will help you out in that mid-range sort of gunfight area. And also, I'm not sure also how a lot of the guns, in my opinion, don't perform very well with scopes. Whether that will change in later updates, I'm not entirely sure. But especially with the iron sights, as you can see, they are pretty handy. And if you have got a sniper rifle that you are using at longer ranges, then they are a great pairing. So we'll move on to, I'm going to quickly touch on SMGs. So I'll let this play out. We'll touch SMGs in there. As I just said, I quickly want to touch on SMGs. As much as I don't think you will see as many of them as you may think, there are a few that, in my opinion, will be useful in certain situations, but not all. As from the loadout, you can see, I'm talking about the 9K, of course. This mini AK-74U is one of the best, again, in my honest opinion. Has great damage range, accuracy, and is extremely stable, potentially putting out a lot of damage over a short space of time. That being said, if you are in a one-on-one at moderate range, I think an AR will always win, or most times than others, you will get outgunned. However, in the more close quarters areas of Al Mazrah, you probably, this gun will be your best friend. Again, in the comments, like I did with the snipers, I'd love to hear if you think I'm just talking out my backside and you think the SMGs will be more dominant within Warzone. But either way, I'd love to, hear your ideas and see if you agree with me. Again, like I said with the ARs, the SMGs, I tend to always use without a scope. I just always find that with scopes, even a little red dot, the weapons are very bouncy and are quite hard to control. But I think, to be honest, you get quite a lot of good sight, vision, and I think that in all the moderate and slightly close quarters areas, the irons will do you quite well, especially if you are pairing it with a sniper rifle. I think the sniper will get you out of most medium to long range situations. But let the gameplay play out for a little bit, and then we'll touch on our last weapon that I think that potentially could be very good and may surprise a few people. It may not, but yeah, we'll get on to that one in a minute. And lastly, but obviously not at all least, and maybe a little surprisingly, I really think LMGs will be very, very, very viable. In the gameplay you can see, and the loadout that was on screen, I'm using the 5.56 Icarus. I much prefer the RPK, if I'm honest, and especially if you build it for speed and equip that 40 round mag that it comes with, I think you'll be very surprised on how good it actually is. The LMGs in Modern Warfare 2 have an awesome damage range, paired that with a high round count or at same round count as majority of ARs. You could very well see it be a viable option to definitely drop into Al Mazrah Warzone 2.0 in the current game. The only issue that you see with obviously some of the gameplay and what you probably will expect from having an LMG is that the sprint to fire speed, the ADS time, and of course the reload will be hard to contend with sometimes, especially if you're running someone with a very speedy AR build or 100% definitely an LMG. Yeah, you can see there that I got caught out with that sprint to fire speed. But if you put all these factors together, it is obviously something to be aware of. So you may or may not see a lot of LMGs, but I do think a few of them have very much a good potential to be extremely good in Warzone 2.0. But as you can see in some of the gameplay, a lot of these bots actually do have armor. And you see how quickly it breaks that armor plate. Now, if that is another player, you can put a hell of a lot of fire down range, breaking plates, and potentially downing people, or breaking plates and your teammates clean them up with a well-placed sniper shot, or again some good beams from LMG or an AR. So yeah, realistically that was what I think we will see in Warzone 2.0, which is out today. And yeah, I think it will be interesting. I could be completely wrong, and we see both AR SMG combo again with the ARs having sights back on, and SMGs having no sights at all. Or we could very well see snipers ARs or snipers LMGs, or SMGs could also be the dominant thing to go to. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree with some of my opinions or don't agree with any of my opinions. But I would definitely like to hear everyone else's thoughts and feelings on the upcoming Warzone. I know, speaking to a few of my friends, they're actually not quite sure on how it's going to be, on whether they're even going to enjoy it, as they're obviously played the first Warzone for a long time. But yeah, but that's it. Without further ado, that will be the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed as always, and please leave a like if you liked it. If you didn't, a dislike. I will see you in the next one, and see you very soon. Bye bye.